feel like no matter how hard you try, your money just disappears. Like it has a mind of its own. You are not alone. Maybe you've cut back on little things, skipped the lattes, tried to budget, and yet you still feel stuck, always playing catch up, never quite getting ahead. But here's the real problem. Saving money isn't just about cutting expenses. If it were that simple, everyone would be financially secure. The truth is, our financial success depends on the habits you build, not just what you spend, but how you think about money. And today I'm going to show you the 10 frugal habits that will solve 99% of your financial problems and completely change your life. If you don't know me, my name is Sara. I'm the owner of FrozenPennies.com. I'm a financial coach, and I am the best-selling author of Fundamentally Frugal. Link below. Now, in my book, Fundamentally Frugal, I talk about the mindset shifts and the practical strategies that helped me and thousands of other women take control of their finances. Now, frugality isn't about deprivation. I want to make that perfectly clear. It's about intentionally directing your money where it matters most to you. It isn't about cutting out everything fun. It's about building smart, strategic habits that make life easier, not harder. These 10 habits are the foundation of financial stability and freedom. They don't require extreme couponing or never spending money again, but they do require a commitment to making better choices. If you implement just a few of these, you'll see a massive shift in your financial life. Habit number 1, automate your savings, even if it's just $5. Most people believe they can't save money because they just don't have enough. The truth is, saving isn't about how much you make. It's about making it on a non-negotiable habit. Instead of waiting until the end of the month and hoping there's money left over, which rarely happens, set up an automatic transfer to your savings account the day you get paid. Even if it's just $5, $10, or $15 per paycheck, that money will start to add up so fast. Automating your savings removes the temptation to spend because if you never receive the money in your checking account, you won't even miss it. The process builds momentum. Once you see your savings grow, you'll be motivated to increase it. More importantly, you develop a saver's mindset rather than the common belief that saving is something that you can do later. The idea is to start small, build the habit, and increase the amount over time. Habit number 2, never pay full price for groceries. Grocery shopping is one of the easiest ways to waste money, yet most people walk into the store with no plan, leading to impulse buys and overspending. The key to cutting your grocery bill is never paying full price. Planning ahead is crucial. Check weekly store ads before you shop and focus on those loss leaders, those deep discounted items that are designed to attract you into the store. Stocking up on these sale items when you find a good deal can save you hundreds of dollars over time. Switching to store brand products is another simple way to save since many generic items are nearly identical to name brands at a fraction of the cost. Another overlooked method is using cashback apps like Ibotta, Rakuten, and Fetch. These apps offer rebates on items you're already buying, essentially giving you free money for making smart shopping choices. I have to say though, be careful of these. Do not buy something just because it's got a good price tag on it. Make sure that you can't get it cheaper, the generic version, for example, and that you're actually going to use it. If you can consistently follow these strategies, you can reduce your grocery bill by 20-30% each month, adding up to thousands of savings over the year. Now, here's a few challenges that I face when trying to build this habit. I've become a little lazy. Or maybe I'm just too tired. But I no longer want to check ads every week and run from store to store hunting for good deals. But I do still plan my meals. I don't like to order food out all the time and going out to eat. So knowing what we're eating beforehand makes me happy. Tonight, we're cleaning out the freezer. There's some meatballs in there, there's some tortellinis, some turkey burgers, and I think there's a few crab cakes left. I'll just add a vegetable to that and it'll be a smorgasbord. Habit number 3, consider a no-spend challenge every month. Most people don't realize how much money they spend on small, unnecessary purchases until they intentionally stop spending for a few days. A no-spend challenge is a game changer, a way to reset your spending habits and gain control over where your money goes. To start, choose one weekend or one full week if you're feeling dangerous, when you commit to not spending money on anything unnecessary. That means no takeout, No online shopping and no quick stops at Target just to look around. Instead, focus on using what you already have, cooking at home, and then finding free activities for entertainment. This challenge focuses you to be mindful of your spending and reveal how often you make purchases out of habit rather than necessity. Over time, you'll be more intentional with your money and learn to distinguish between real needs and impulse wants. Even if you only do this for 1 weekend a month, you could easily save an extra $100 to $200, which adds up to thousands of dollars a year. I think that if I could do a no-spend online challenge a few times a year, I could really stockpile my savings. Find your weakness and challenge yourself. Mine's Amazon. Habit number 4, always have a use it up week. Before heading to the grocery store, make it a habit to shop your own kitchen first. At least once a month, decide on an entire week to use up the food you already have instead of buying more. Now, this habit encourages you to get creative with meals by using some random canned goods, maybe a half-empty box of pasta, and frozen foods that have been sitting in your kitchen cupboards and freezer for months. Instead of letting food go to waste, plan meals around what you already have. If you need inspiration, use a recipe site where you can enter the ingredients you already own and get meal ideas based on them. Now, if any of you know what those sites are, if you have your favorites, please leave them in the comments below and share, because I've been looking for one and I'm not really sure which one to use. Not only does this habit save you money, but it also reduces food waste, which is essentially throwing money away. So by making this a monthly routine, you could stretch your grocery budget significantly without sacrificing the quality of your meals. Now, I love this idea. I talked about my freezer clean out earlier. I've started doing this just recently more and more. There's always meat in the freezer that we didn't eat or potatoes that need to be used up. Habit number 5, budget backwards. Start with the needs first. One of the biggest mistakes people make with budgeting is starting with what they want to spend instead of what they actually need. Now, this habit leads to living paycheck to paycheck, never having enough money for savings, and consistently feeling behind. A better budget approach is to budget backwards. Start with the essentials. I like to call them the 4 walls: housing, utilities, food, and transportation. Once those are covered, allocate money for savings and debt payments. Only after these categories are funded should you consider spending on entertainment, dining out, or non-essentials. Now, this habit forces you to live within your means, ensures your priorities are covered, and helps you build that financial security over time. When you budget this way, you eliminate the stress of wondering if you'll have enough money for bills each month because you've already planned ahead for them first. If you're looking for a resource when it comes to budgeting, grab the free downloadable budget planner. Link in the description below. Habit number 6, unsubscribe from marketing emails. Retailers spend billions on marketing strategies designed to make you spend money, and one of their most effective tools is email marketing and promotions. If you're constantly seeing sales discounts and limited time deals, you'll be tempted to buy those things that you just don't need. A simple way to reduce impulse spending is to unsubscribe from every single store email list you're on. Go through your inbox, find every promotional email, and remove them. If you need help, you can check out this free service called Unroll.me to unsubscribe from multiple lists at once. Might be worth a try. When you stop seeing these constant reminders to shop, your urge to buy unnecessary things will drastically decrease. Less exposure to marketing means fewer unnecessary purchases, and that alone can save you hundreds of dollars. Now, speaking of, I'm getting closer and closer to 100,000 subscribers, and looking into the analytics, I discovered that over 70% of those who watch my videos are not subscribed. So, if you love frugal tips and saving money, I'd love for you to help me out and subscribe. The best part, it won't cost you a thing. Habit number 7, negotiate your bills. Yes, even internet and insurance. Most people assume that their monthly bills are set in stone, but the reality is that many expenses can be negotiated. Companies often have discounts, loyalty perks, or special promotions available, but they won't tell you unless you ask. Start with your biggest recurring expenses: internet, cable, cell phone, insurance, and even medical bills. Call your providers and ask if there are any lower cost plans or discounts available. If you've been a loyal customer, mention it. If their competitor offers a better deal, Use that as leverage. Many companies are willing to lower your rate rather than lose you as a customer. Now, when negotiating, always be polite but firm. If the first representative isn't helpful, ask to speak with a supervisor. Now, for medical bills, ask about financial assistance programs, payment plans, or discounts for paying in full. Many hospitals and doctors' offices have options to reduce costs, but they're not always advertised. Even negotiating just 1 or 2 bills can save you hundreds of dollars if you make this a yearly habit. Those savings add up over time. And really, the worst that they can say is no, but more often than not, you'll walk away with a better deal than before. Habit number 8, buy used first. Make it a rule. One of the simplest ways to save money is to always check for used options before buying new. Whether it's furniture, appliances, clothing, electronics, or buying secondhand, it can save you hundreds, sometimes thousands over time. Start making a habit of checking places like Facebook Marketplace, my husband's favorite, Craigslist, thrift stores, my favorites, garage sales, and local buy-sell groups. You'll be shocked at the number of high-quality, barely used, or even brand new items being sold at a fraction of their retail price. For furniture, home decor, and appliances, estate sales and Habitat for Humanity restores are great places to find incredible deals. If you're looking for electronics or tools, try refurbished options directly from manufacturers, which often come with warranties just like new items. Buying used isn't just about saving money. It's also better for the environment and helps reduce wastes. Many people buy things, barely use them, and then resell them at a discount. Why pay full price when you can get the same item for half the cost or less? Some people, I'm not naming any names here, will buy something online and then forget to return it, turn around and sell it on Marketplace. It's not quite the amount of money that I would have gotten back or she would have gotten back from returning it, but at least it's not going in the donation bin. Make this your new rule for everything from clothing to kitchen gadgets to baby gear. Before purchasing anything new, ask yourself, can I find this used first? If you're getting into the habit of checking used options first, you'll be amazed at how much money you can save. Habit number 9, the 72-hour rule for non-essential purchases. Impulse spending is one of the biggest reasons people struggle to save money. In a world where shopping is as easy as one-click checkout, buy now, it's dangerous to buy things we don't actually need. That's why the 72-hour rule is so powerful. The next time you want to buy something that isn't a necessity, wait 72 hours before making the purchase. The simple habit forces you to pause and ask yourself, do I really need this or do I just want it in the moment? Will this item improve my life in a meaningful way? Is this worth the amount of time I worked to earn the money for it? Most of the time, the urge to buy will fade and you'll realize you didn't actually need the item. But if after 3 days you still want it and it fits within your budget, you can buy it without guilt. This habit is especially useful for online shopping. Instead of immediately checking out, leave the item in your cart and just step away. Many retailers will even email you a discount code within 24 hours to encourage you to complete your purchase. If that happens, you can decide whether the item is still worth buying or if the discount is just another marketing trick. By following the 72-hour rule, you'll eliminate unnecessary purchases, cut down on clutter, which I could probably use, and keep more money in your pocket. Habit number 10, surround yourself with frugal inspiration. Your mindset plays a huge role in your financial success. If you constantly consume content that encourages spending, whether it's social media, ads, or even friends who love to shop, it's easy to fall into the trap of thinking that spending equals happiness. Instead, surround yourself with inspiration that reinforces your frugal goals. Follow personal finance and frugal living YouTubers. Read books about money management. Fundamentally Frugal is a great place to start. And join Facebook groups where people share saving tips and money wins. When you regularly see people talking about paying off debt, saving money, and making smart financial choices, it normalizes frugal living and makes it feel less like a sacrifice and more like a smart way of life. And be mindful of your social circles too. If your friends constantly pressure you to spend money or make you feel guilty for not keeping up with their lifestyle, it might be time to set boundaries. Instead of expensive outings, suggest budget-friendly alternatives like potlucks, free events, game nights at home, or hikes near the lake. Surrounding yourself with people who support your financial goals makes them easier to stick to them. Another powerful habit is to track your progress. Keep a money journal, make a vision board for your financial goals, or celebrate small wins like paying off a credit card or hitting a savings milestone. The more you focus on your progress, the more motivating you'll be able to keep going. It's like that snowball effect. When saving money becomes a part of your daily environment, it starts to feel normal, even exciting, and that's when true financial transformation happens. The difference between financial stress and financial freedom isn't about how much money you make. It's about the habits that you build. So when you commit to small but powerful changes like automating your savings, never paying full price, negotiating your bills, and avoiding impulse spending, you create a financial system that works best for you. These habits, they aren't about saving money. They're about taking control of your future. Every dollar you keep is a step towards less stress, more security, and greater financial independence. And if you want to take it a step further, watch this video next.